Hello, I'm Robin Phillips, and I'd like to welcome you to another online tutorial about how to find information on the internet. In the previous video titled "The Internet is not one place, it's two," we discussed the difference between the open web and the proprietary web. And we saw that the proprietary web is the part of the internet that includes academic journals that are only available to fee-paying institutions, such as academic libraries. And we saw that much of this content on the proprietary web is indexed in subject-specific databases. And in this video, we're going to talk more about these databases. Here I am at the University of Oklahoma Library's website, and I'm going to show you some of the databases that they pay to have access to. There are a wealth of databases, way too many for us to cover in this short video. But you can see just even under the A's here, how many there are. And I've made a list of some of my favorites that I think every researcher should know about. And this is not exhaustive, but these are just some of the helpful databases that you should be familiar with. PsycInfo for information on psychology, Academic Search Premier, ERIC this is the go-to database for education, and so on and so forth. And we'll talk more about some of these in future videos, but these are just some databases for you to be aware of. Now, the techniques for searching research databases are different than the techniques we use on the open web when we use search engines like Google or Bing. And the first thing you have to understand is the difference between subject terms and keywords. Subject terms are the terms that the database assigns to a source to describe what it is about. These are sometimes called descriptors. The database uses these to index its content. And these can be found near the article's abstract and sometimes at the end of the article. For example, if I am looking for information on earthquakes in Jordan, I'm going to go to the geological database. And when I find an article that seems like it's relevant to what I need, I can then see the subject terms by which it's indexed. See, in the case of this particular article, it covers all of these different topics. And these subject terms are what I can use in a new search. So instead of searching earthquakes around Jericho in the 8th century, I can put in this very specific subject term as the basis for a new search. By contrast, a keyword is any term or sets of terms and phrases that you might use in your search. It could be a type of media you're searching, like video, book, magazine, or it could be phrases such as a sentence fragment that you remember from the article. Keywords are what we typically use when we search the open web in search engines such as Microsoft and Bing. Keywords have not been predefined like subject terms have, and thus they tend to lack the specificity of subject terms. Back to subject terms. The cache value of knowing the subject terms for a particular database is that you can then use those for a new search. But also, they might be different to what you might have expected. You might be searching for PTSD when articles on that subject are actually indexed under post-traumatic stress disorder. Or you might be searching for journalistic integrity when articles covering that topic are actually indexed under journalistic ethics. And so by knowing the search terms, the subject terms used by a particular database, you can refine your search and be much more effective. And again, you can find these at the beginning or end of articles. The search and discovery tools on library websites allow you to distinguish between keywords and subject terms when you're executing a search. For example, here at the University of Oklahoma, I can put my subject term in this field and my keyword here. We've been talking about academic libraries because they are the ones that typically have access to the proprietary web. But don't overlook your local public library. They will also have access to some databases, and they can get almost any article you need on interlibrary loan. Often they can email that to you as a PDF after they have acquired it. So even when they do not have access to databases, they can still find articles in the proprietary web if you know the title of the article. So let's review what we've seen so far. The proprietary web contains many subject-specific databases that are important for researchers. You can search these databases using keywords or subject terms. Pay close attention to the subject terms because you can use these when you are refining your search. And don't overlook your public library. Thank you for your attention in this tutorial video. In future videos, we will talk about how to use Google to search the open web and some tricks to leverage this powerful search engine. We will also be exploring how to use critical thinking in evaluating sources that you find online. I look forward to having you join me in these future videos.